All right, back with more right here on the Island Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Pittsburgh CW, Bob Pompeani and Gene Collier with you. We have a lot of tweets coming in. So let me read one that I thought was interesting, if I could find it now. They keep getting scrolled down just when I need it. This is what happens. But it was about a base running decision. I'm sorry I lost it, Gene. And it was a good tweet because the tweeter was right about what happened with Frazier early in the game.
Yeah, Frazier was on second. I forget who got the hit, but he started toward third, and after he was halfway between the bases, he sort of pulled up to see what was going on in left field. There's no reason whatsoever to pull up there. You're not going to go back to second, so why pull up to make any kind of, I mean, he should have scored on that play and wound up at third. It was a bad play. All
right, let's go to line 4. Ken in Greensburg. Hey, Ken, welcome to the program.
Hi. Hey, Bob. Hi, Gene. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, you know, the amazing thing about the Pirates right now is how many injuries they've had, and I can't remember any season where they've had so many injuries in April, and they're still able to keep in the game. And I think the good part is that they got players like Cole Tucker. You get to see him, and it's very exciting. And I wish that, I agree with you, Bob. I think he should have been in that ninth inning spot, and just for the excitement factor. But I'm glad to see these young players come up. So we're getting a break and watching these young players. So that's the good part.
Well, Brian Reynolds got injured tonight, too. He left the game. But, yes, so far they've had an amazing amount of injuries, including 4 of their top outfielders. One by one, slowly they'll be starting to get back, starting with Polanco last night. But the thing I like also about Cole Tucker in that situation, you may say, well, he hasn't faced a guy like Holland, or you can flip it around, and I would say Holland hasn't faced him either. So there could be, who knows, but I just like the chances, and sooner or later, Gene, he has got to be in a situation like that. That's the only way you're going to learn how to deal with it, so why not now?
You've convinced me, Bob.
I'm just trying to, you know how I feel about that. Angelo in Monroeville. What's up, Angelo?
Hi, Bob. I had a question tonight about the Steelers and a comment about the Steelers. The question was, when is the game coming on with New England? Is that the first game of the year?
Yes, September the 8th.
Regular season?
No, it's the first regular season game. September the 8th, Sunday Night Football, Week 1.
Oh, I thought it was for the preseason.
No.
No.
Okay, and the other thing I want to say, the Steelers game against the Lions was a real good game. Not this past season, the season before this. If you remember that game or not?
Yes. Vaguely,
but a real good game. I think if the Steelers play that way, they'll be.
That's an interesting game to. Well, I mean, things change. That was 2 years ago too. So
they don't play the Lions every year.
Gene, yeah. Let me ask you this, Gene, because we're in a situation being first up on the agenda. Okay, so that means Mike Tomlin typically doesn't play a lot of guys in the preseason. I think he should change that this year, knowing that that's your first opportunity against that team. To me, you better give guys some reps heading into that game. Would you do more?
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll see Mike Tomlin change a number of things that he's done because he was not happy with the way things went last year. So I do think you'll see a different kind of preseason protocol for them. I would point out that the Steelers beat New England last time they played them.
They did, and they should have beat them 2 years ago. But there it's a different story, as you know.
Yeah, definitely.
The thing about New England early in the season, however, is that you never know what you're going to get with them. They have lost some games early in the season to teams, and they've then together a long string of wins.
It's anybody's game, Bob.
It is. We'll take a break. And by the way, wait, real quick, I want to mention Gene's show coming up again. It's this Saturday night. Tell us about it, Gene. Comedy for a Cause with Gene Collier.
Comedy for a Cause. It benefits the Myasthenia Gravis Association of Western Pennsylvania. 8 o'clock at the SoCo Club on Carson, and love to see you there. It's for a great cause. We'll have a lot of fun.
All right. On that note, we'll take a break. Come back right here on Pittsburgh CW.